Lauren.
Hit record. Cool.
Okay,
So
cool.
what'll be nice is I'll save this recording and I'll post it. I'll host it so that Lady Sophia and then anybody else in the night's group that winds up being somebody who helps to support the ongoing editing, revision, addition, the adding to of the website can help, and we'll know what to do. I did want to say thank you very much for getting that up on Friday. I know you had a bunch of stuff going on.
It was just a week where everything kind of unraveled and it was all like coming due at the same time. So it was good. I'm glad we got it up.
You will chuckle. Sir Edward, of course, had something brand new he wanted launched. I think he wanted it launched on Thursday. And Lady Sophia and I texted him and said, well, we have a brand new website coming online. Like, the timing is good, but you're going to have to wait until it comes online. And I'm not sure that's exactly what he wanted to hear, but it worked out.
It worked out. Well, I'm glad that it's all good. So I'm going to share my screen, and why don't we sort of walk through Google Analytics. I don't know if you guys want that for tracking which pages people are using and kind of where people are going. It's optional, but I do recommend it. You might as well get it in there. I don't know if you guys have a Facebook pixel, if you're doing any Facebook ads. Even if you're not planning on advertising right away, you might want to add a pixel so that you can start building audiences in the future. And then it looked like some social links needed to be updated a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and share. And so then I will go through and also kind of give you a tour. I mean, you're very familiar with the site. You've done an absolutely beautiful job with it. So a lot of it will be review for you, but if you're recording this and sharing this with future people, it may be helpful if they can kind of see how to edit pages and all of that kind of stuff. So I like to go to the very beginning. I'm actually going to log out and go to the very beginning. In order to log into the website, you want to go to goodnight.org/WP-admin. And this will bring you to a login screen like this. And you'll need your username and your password to log in, but you can go ahead, you can have it remember you so you don't have to log in every single time, but you go ahead and log in. And this is
just for posterity's sake, anybody else who's watching this, Lady Sophia or I have the capacity to give you an account.
Awesome. So once you're in here, you'll see a lot of little advertisements and notifications up here. These are not things that we need to really worry about typically, but if you ever see something that looks suspicious or different, let us know and we can take a look at it. But you will see things before we do, because we look at your website through a dashboard. So we monitor which plugins need updating, and we do daily backups and all of that kind of stuff. But we don't see these messages in here in our dashboard. And so if for some reason you'll be in your site more than we will, so if you are in here and you notice something that you're not sure of or kind of doesn't feel right, let me know and we'll take a look at it. Sometimes with you being the admin on the site, when WordPress updates, when we do update, sometimes plugins will like trigger an alert saying, hey, this plugin isn't compatible. Usually by the time we go in to do that, it's fixed itself. It's just kind of a process of the updates. But if you do get emails in your inbox that feel, you're concerned about, just forward them over to us and we'll take a look. But when you're in here, you'll have a menu across the top when you're logged in, and you'll have a menu down the side. You're probably going to worry about just the top few sections up here. You don't need to worry about the appearance and the plugins, and you may want to add users down here. But for the most part, a lot of this stuff down here, once it's set up, it's just there as tools for us to use if we need to access. But you'll use your posts, you'll use your media, you might use your forms, you'll use your pages, and that's about it for the most part. So posts are blog posts. So if you think blog posts, this is where you go for blog posts. If you need to add a new post, you can come up here and click Add New, and it will open up an editor. And I'm not going to go through this. It should be here for you. It'll give you kind of a little guided tour in order to add a blog post. It's very easy to do. But these little pluses that you see kind of faded out back here are where you go to add different blocks. So if you want to add an image, you could click that and choose the image module. and it'll load in. Or if you want to add a video or a headline or a bulleted list or whatever, they're all in this area here. In the pages area, sorry, we have pages set up in here already that you guys have gone in and done a lot of work on. This is when you access pages through the dashboard, you have the option of using the block editor, which we just saw for the blog posts. There's also a classic editor that you can use. And then you have this thing called Beaver Builder. In Beaver Builder, if it has a green dot by it, you want to use Beaver Builder to edit the page. Sometimes it's easy to overlook that little dot there. So if you click through like you're going to edit the page and you come here, it should give you, I'm going to X out of this, it's going to tell you here that the Beaver Builder is active for this page and you want to launch the Beaver Builder. Now, if you go ahead and launch this, it's going to open the page up and you're going to be looking at what other people see on the page rather than looking at it from a dashboard, which makes it nice and easy to be able to, oops, we got a loading error. If this ever happens, just reload the page. My internet is slow today, so it could be causing issues. So you will see here, we have the page as other people see it. And when we hover over different sections, we can make changes to it. And so anytime the Beaver Builder is active on the page, you're going to want to do that to make changes. So if you wanted to change this headline, you can literally click on it and go in and make changes to the headline. You could make changes to the copy. It's just like typing in Microsoft Word or something like that. You have the same tools. I see you have a video here. You just embedded a video. In order to grab all these modules like headlines and text boxes and videos, there's a plus area over here and you can grab whatever you like. These are the most frequently used. I love the call out. Let me move our pictures here. I love this call out section. I use that a lot, but you can also search because you have built into it some add-ons, which give you some more choices. Play around with them. You'll get used to which ones are there. And I find it sometimes easier to just search. So I can search and there's, you know, an image carousel or an image or info box, image icon. So there's a lot of different options that you can choose here. And so if you wanted to use something, you would just grab it and you would drag it, and wherever you let go is where that item is going to be. So we can do, and then you could choose an image or an icon for this. And there's a bunch of built-in icons here. So we're just going to grab one and click save. So we could basically create and drag different things in order to build and change a page. If you want to make a copy of it, there's a little duplicate here. If you want to make edits to it, you can click the little wrench and it'll open up the window we just had, or you can click this X to remove it and it'll make sure you want to delete it, and you can go ahead and you can do that. One other thing that I find really helpful up here is you have the ability to save a template. So let's say you have a page template that you use for an event, and each year you need to change the event, but you want to save the template. You can go ahead and save the template, and we'll just call this event template. And then you can come on a new page, if you open up a brand new page and come over here to templates, and you can find event template down here. And so you could then reload this page on a new thing. I'm going to delete that so we don't clutter it up. So when you're done making changes to the page, you have options here. If you messed up and it's a total scrap, you can click discard and it'll lose everything that you've done since the last time the page was saved. You can also save it as a draft if it's a work in progress, but it's not ready for company yet. You can do that, or you can click publish and make the page go live. So we deleted the changes we made to this page, so we're good to go here. You can also visit the page. You know, let's say you wanted to change one of the pages on the site. You can access Beaver Builder right here from this top menu. That's how I prefer to do it, unless I'm accessing a page that isn't in the menu. I usually will navigate through the outside of the site and use the page builder there. One thing I want to show you is that if you go to the edit page, it will take you into the page, edit area. If for some reason you goof up and you click use standard editor, it's going to tell you you're going to mess up the layout of the page, but we're going to break this page on purpose. So this is a typical block editor. You can see we can add different things in here if we want to, but I'm going to update and show you what happens to this page when we do that. So the page we were just on, we've just lost all the pretty formatting, the columns, the pictures, and everything. I have clients call me freaking out, worried that they just broke it, but you didn't break it, I promise. If you click on Beaver Builder here and you open this up again, you will see all of your stuff is back. So as long as you click and publish it again through the Beaver Builder, everything that you had before is okay. So you can't break it. We're also doing backups every day of the site. So if for some reason you have a catastrophe and something unexpected and I have no idea what you could do to it, but if you figure out a way to break it, it's okay. We have backups from yesterday. We could go and we could restore the site and put yesterday's backup up. You might lose a little bit of work that you've been doing, but you're not going to lose the site. The site is protected. So any questions with that, Mira?
Nope.
Okay, awesome. So that's pretty much the dashboard. To be able to add, you can add new posts, you can add new pages. The media folder, so you can add things through here, but I'm going to come in here and show you the media folder. This is an area where if you want to upload pictures and things for the website, you can do that in here. You can also update upload PDFs, as you can see here. If you click on this, this is where you get the link to share that PDF. This copy link here is what you need to do. So this is a helpful tool. You can look at this either as a list or in a grid, whichever you like and you prefer. So that is really the tour of the dashboard. If someone comments on your website, you will notice this little speech bubble up here will have a number by it and show the comments. So you can go in and you can see the comments made on here. People don't comment a lot anymore on websites. I don't know why. It's just kind of not very common.
Ones I've seen tend to be
spam.
they're spam. They're businesses trying to get you to purchase their service to increase your visibility of your website, which we
Gets you on the first page of Google, which is scary. They don't own Google, so they can't promise that. So this is your form. So if someone submits a contact form, you can come down here to the entries and you can see their entries listed here. You don't have any entries listed at the moment. I'm going to click on notifications and make sure that these are going to the right place. So these are going to go to the admin, I believe, on the site, which let's double check and make sure we have that set properly. Okay, so there's an email waiting in the GKCEN@AOL.com inbox that you guys need to claim to accept that you want to be admin on the site. Is that the correct address, Meryl?
I think for right now, Heather, you could do that. Let me just double check and make sure that I can see that email box, because if I can't, then I may have you send it to me for the time being. No, I only have access to the Google email for Goodnight. So
is that, can we put that email in instead? What is that email?
Let me just double check it. How about I'm in it and I can't tell you what it is. It's GKCEN144 @gmail.com.
GKCEN144 @gmail.com. So now, if Phil is working well, you'll get an email in your inbox to claim that you want to accept admin to the website.
Just double check that.
Do we have that listed as a user as well?
I don't know that we do. Probably not. The other thing is at the moment, I think it's likely, um,
Why don't I just put it to you, Mara,
I was
and then
going to say
you
for
can add
now,
that.
yeah,
So
I
I'm
was,
going to give it to you for right now. And then if you want to add the Gmail account as a user, you can do that.
I think for now it's better to just, I'll keep an eye on it until we identify and train somebody to take over. I think that's just going to be the best way to go about it.
Okay, the only thing is from the admin, that's going to be what the emails come from if someone receives an email from the website. So as we're emailing you here, the contact things may go to spam because it's going to know that you didn't send that. So just watch your spam inbox until you get this sorted out with the right email. So I'm putting you as admin. So when you get an email, there should be a link in there. And sometimes it takes a few minutes. But I'm going to go back to this form. Do you want me to have the forms go to you?
I think right now, anything that comes in email wise should come to me. Just like I say, just until, um,
Okay.
we sort through that. I mean, if Lady Sophia were here right now, we would make a better decision. But I hate to send it off to a good night email that's not gonna
Being
either
monitored.
be.
Right. So for you, I'm putting in here new submission from contact form and then the URL. So that way you can keep it separate. So I'm going to change that so that the notifications on the contact form go to you and it's going to put good night in the subject line.
Good.
Okay. So I'm going to update that. Okay, using a third party may prevent your notification from being delivered. It's best to use an email with the same domain as your website. That's what I was saying with the spam. So if you have like a contact@goodnight.org or something like that, that would be the best one to use.
Right now, it's my understanding, and this is good. We'll need to work through this. They just have an AOL account and they have a Gmail account, and so it's a next step would be to have people actually have email accounts. So it might be like Sophia at goodnight, yeah,
Right.
goodnight.org, Mara at goodnight.org. But that requires the use of, what is it called, Heather? The
G
Google,
Suite. G
yeah,
Suite.
which
Yep. And
has an expense.
it does. It's $6 per email. So you could just have one that is contact at or info at or support at or solutions at, whatever. You know what I mean? You could
But
have something at and then give everybody access to it.
that, or
That's
this could be the time to think about having several people who are designated communicators for the
right.
charity have those name branded, Lady Sophia at goodnight.org, Lady Mara at goodnight.org,
Right.
Lady Jane at goodnight.org. Or it could, like you said, it could just be info.
Yeah.
What's the typical one people use when there's just a generic one? It's usually info, isn't it?
Hello at, info at, contact at, support at, something that's a little more generic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that would cost the charity $6 a month to have that.
Correct. Yes. And we
And
can
then
help you set that up when you're ready for it.
yeah.
But yeah, it's easy to use and it's Google. So you still have all the benefit of calendars and storage online and all the things that come with
Well, I
a
mean, the
Google
benefit
account.
to that for the charity would be we'd start to create a folder, a good, so everybody in the knighthood has their own personal Gmails, or most of them do. So everybody's doing work for the charity in their own Gmail accounts. This would be a charity Gmail account that's branded with the domain goodnight.org. The benefit to that would be it would be start to become a general repository for all of the new content that's being made.
Yeah. I want to make sure this page, we put it back to normal.
And with the branded email, I mean, it just looks, I mean, again,
it's more professional.
I mean, it does, so I still have a personal Gmail account, but I also have a branded Mara at microschoolbuilders.com. And I also have set one up for Amy. So that anytime Amy or I are communicating via email to prospective or current clients, they're getting a branded microschoolbuilders.com email. It just looks
Yeah.
super professional. Is
Yeah. And I use both. I have my branded email forwarded to my Gmail just because it's, you know, easier for me to do that. But you can also send from Gmail as mine. So I like to just sort of have it all in one, but I do have G Suite set up for myself and my team, and it's so much easier. And as a business owner, when people come and people go, it's easy to set up another account for them or to forward the emails from one account to another one if, you know, someone leaves for some reason. You have control over that, and all of your content stays within your organization at that point, which
That's
is
really the benefit, is everything's being created within in
yes.
the organization. So we have all of that. If flyers or email newsletters are being set up in a Google Doc and then put into, um, I don't know, I think they're using,
It's constant contact, isn't it?
yeah, I
Maybe?
think they're using Constant Contact. You know,
Yeah,
they can be copied and pasted from there, and then you have the archive of that stuff. But anyway, that's just
right.
something to think about.
So I want to show you how to add your social buttons. So all of these right here, they're not going to, well, these maybe, no,
Well, yeah, and we're
they're
about,
not.
it's funny
So
because
if
we're in
we,
a meeting this week. We have some young people who are probably going to take over our social media, and we're going to
cool.
create a media plan.
So any of the social links, if you come in, let me go back to the beginning because I kind of just out of habit clicked while we were talking. If you come to the outside of the site, you have to be logged in. So you see your black toolbar up here. If you click on customize, you will then click on general right here. And this is how you get to your social links. So right now there's just a pound sign just holding that so that there's an
Mhm.
icon that shows up here. If you get rid of that and click publish, you'll notice Twitter goes away. So anytime you, excuse me, have a social channel you want to link to, put the link to your social profile here and delete any of these that you don't want. And it will change it both in the footer and up here automatically for you.
Okay.
And so then people will be able to click through and go to that social
And it's
channel.
just the landing page for the charities. One of the things we're going to do is rebrand all of the social media channels that we have to look like the website.
Nice. And
Um,
I uploaded some things for you because I wanted you to have the little icon up here.
yeah.
So there's the square ones. I uploaded the square icons that don't have the name next to it. They're in the media folder. So you could grab the URL to those and download them and put them on social if you want to.
What are you talking about? The logo?
Yeah, so, and I'm sure you guys probably have them as well, but if you come over here to media library,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see, and I just recently added it, but this is, and it's big because it's, you know, gets shrunk down really little here, but you could grab this and put this in social. It
That
would
has
be
the
really easy to
transparent
type.
background, right?
Yes, it does.
What
So I
about the
made
one
that
with,
to do these little,
okay, good. What about the one that has the one next to it? That's the one that actually has the name. That's okay,
but
good.
that's not
So,
going to work well in social media because social media typically needs a square image.
yeah, but that might work really well for their Facebook header.
Yes, absolutely. You bet.
Okay.
Okay, cool. And so then another thing I wanted to ask you about is pixels for Facebook. If you decide to set up a Facebook pixel, I would recommend, that's not your pixel in here, is it? Did you put that in?
I don't know. I did not put it in.
Okay. I don't know if this was from the demo that got copied in.
Let me
I
look.
should know that.
Let me open up the Goodnight Facebook page and see. On their their actual Goodnight Child Empowerment Network page, should there be a pixel for that page?
No, you would need to go into their advertising area and find their pixel in there.
Okay.
I don't think this is the pixel.
I do not believe they have run ads before.
Okay, I'm going to remove it because my gut's telling me it's the demo. And I'll put it on, I'll put it in your task in Asana so that we have it if we need to put it back in. Let me go in here real quick to the project.
Just really quickly, can you explain? The pixel is, it's a unique code that comes from a Facebook page that connects to the website, so that anytime anybody, if we were to start creating ads to like advertise camp or advertise events or advertise the school from the Goodnight Facebook page, it would track people clicking from that to the website, and we would be able to have metrics of how many people clicked to go to the website, correct?
Yes, but the reason you want to do it even before you advertise is you can build audiences of people who have visited the site. So let's say you're sharing blog posts or, you know, information about an event, or, you know, maybe some pictures of what went on, and you link back to the blog post. Anybody who clicks and follows that link gets pixeled. And so when you're ready to set up ads, you can go into Facebook and say, I want to build an audience of anybody who's visited the site in the last 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. And then you can show your ads to those people, because chances are if they're visiting the website, they're aware of you, and they'll be more likely to take advantage of what you're offering in your ad if you do that. So it's a good idea to do it ahead of time. It doesn't hurt anything to have it there. It just runs in the background, and it's there if you want it in the future.
Can I grab the pixel off that page? I'm on that page. Is it?
You're on their advertising page?
Yeah.
Well, I'm on. Share your screen.
Yeah. Let me do that for you. I have too many things open up my own at the moment. Oh, I have it disabled. I need you to give me permission to share.
Oh, you don't have permission to share?
No.
How do I not?
I'm just teasing.
I don't know how to give you permission. Did you
go
need
to
ask?
Participants, and then next to my name, you click more, and you should be able to give me permission.
Stop video, make host, make co-host, remove report. There's no share. Okay, make co-host.
If you do co-host, then I'll be able to do
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so I'm on their Facebook page.
You need to go into the ad center in the top left, maybe. This is different than what I typically see. Click on audiences.
That's what I was thinking. Oh, you know what? It's looking at my ad center. That's not going to help.
Okay, yeah, they'll need to go to business.facebook.com and set up an ad account.
Yeah, because I'm logged in as myself and I have permission to I'm an admin on their page. I can see that, but you were looking, that was my ad stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking, so if they go to business.facebook.com, they can set up an ad account and make it a business manager, and then they can then manage this page and their ad account from that dashboard instead, and that's where they will go to set up a pixel. What about Google Analytics? That's another thing.
I'll just talk through the purpose for doing that and what would be the benefit.
It's not required to do it, but that way you can see who visited what page, not who specifically, but the number of visitors each page received. And it can be helpful because if you're looking at maybe conversion rates, like how many people visited this registration page and how many people actually registered, you can see what that conversion rate is. And what it will do is it'll identify areas of your website that you may need to improve. Most businesses don't use it. Some businesses rely very heavily on it. So it's really,
I mean, people who are selling,
the business.
Selling primarily from a website, I would see that. These guys, I think for now, the website, I mean, is it an additional cost? Is it something we should be doing?
Analytics is free.
Um,
It's totally optional and we can add it at any time. The only thing is that you can have historical data. If you do it now, you'll have data from the beginning of the
I mean,
website.
if it doesn't cost anything extra, I see no reason to not turn it on.
Okay, so from the
Can you
Google
share your
account,
screen again?
there's really nothing to look at right now. This would really be from the Google account, the Gmail account that you have set up. You can go to Google Analytics. Sorry, Google Analytics here, and you can just start for free. So you set up a Google Analytics account, and then you can give me access to it and I can add it to the website, or you can give me the code that they give you and I can add it to the website for you.
Okay. And
So it's free.
where was Google Analytics on
If
your?
you just Google it, Google Analytics,
Okay.
you can go there and it will take you, you'll be able to start for free. It'll take you to this page. So just Google Analytics and it'll take you here. And then as long as you're logged into that email account, you'll be able to set up a free Google Analytics account with
And it would
that.
make sense to use the Ignite Child Empowerment Network's Google account.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So, and when you're ready for that, if you want help, we can do a quick screen share. It doesn't take long to set up, but you will need access to the Google Gmail account in order to set this up.
Okay.
But other than adding your social links, it looks like everything looks great.
Okay.
So do you have any questions or anything else?
No, I think that's good. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.